What's up, everybody? My name's Noah, and I want to welcome you to the inaugural edition of what's going to be a brand new series on a brand new channel covering Heroes of the Storm and other gaming content. This channel is Negligent Noah. I also recommend you check out the affiliated channel Negligent Adventurers, where me and my best friend Aaron do a lot of co-op gameplay, a lot of blind let's plays, and different stuff like that. Negligent Noah, on the other hand, is going to focus primarily on MOBAs, competitive gaming, high-level play in certain single-player games, just kind of whatever I feel like doing at the moment. But right here, the forefront is going to be this, Heroes of the Storm. A little bit of background on me. On my main account, I have registered probably 2,500 games. I am a low diamond level player, so I'm good, but not exceptional. And what I'm going to be doing here, though, is not actually using my main account. As you can see, what I have is a brand new, fresh account, level 1, under the name Crunkleby. And what we're going to do is sort of a free-to-play run of Heroes of the Storm. Imagine what you've seen in old-school Road to Commander videos for Call of Duty, or what Trump likes to do in Hearthstone every season, and do a quick free-to-play run, just to show that it is possible to excel without putting a cent into the game. On my main account, I buy all the skins, I have all the heroes, etc., but this is going to be purely free-to-play. No money getting put in, no stim packs unless they're part of leveling awards. You know what the deal is. So, with that in mind, we're going to get started right now. As you can imagine, I have gone through the tutorial, so I have my initial 1,000 gold to work with, but I can't purchase anything with that at the moment. We're just going to use that as a little jump to hopefully be able to purchase a 2,000 gold character whenever 2,000 gold runs around, basically. Just to expand our character roster and be able to do quests to keep that influx of gold coming in. Eventually, as the series progresses, and this is going to be a daily series, there's going to be games going up all the time. I would like to be able to play Hero League on this account, but to get there, obviously, I need to be able to purchase 10 characters. And not just 10 characters, 10 good ones that I'm actually going to be able to use in the right situations in the draft process. But for now, we're going to be sticking with Quick Match. And because we're in Quick Match, we are going to be just working with what we got, which is Heroes on Rotation. And this week, for our inaugural episode, I thought it would make sense to play Valla. Valla has always been a great character, very balanced, basically unchanged from very early days of the game. And while some people are criticizing her design nowadays for the trait not really working out in the current metagame, and her mana cost being a little bit too high, I still think she's great fun to play and awesome for beginners. So if you are just starting to play Heroes of the Storm, you got a couple thousand gold to your name, I would definitely recommend picking up Valla, who's going to be great in nearly all circumstances. So, I have no clue what the metagame looks like at the very earliest levels. Who knows what matchmaking is going to throw me against, if it's going to be a bunch of smurfs like me or a bunch of full-fledged new players, but either way, it's going to be a pretty interesting time, I think. So, with that in mind, let's get ready, and I'll see you after the jump.
I stand ready.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Alrighty, kids, we are zoning in on Battlefield of Eternity. Kind of an unexpected map for the first time around, but I guess that's alright. Looking at our team composition, it's going to be myself as Valla, the Butcher, Raynor, and auto-select Asmodan and Artanis versus Tychus, Gazlo, Stitches, Valla, and Diablo. With this in mind, they are not excessively tanky, so I'm probably going to go with a hybrid build, taking Siphoning Arrow at level 1 just to allow me to survive a little bit longer. It looks like it's going to be me and Asmodan top lane. I'm going to see if he knows how to play Asmodan. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of Smurfs in this game, but we're just going to kind of see how it plays out. Okay, I'm just going to poke away Mr. Gazlo there, who... Only 3 more pug against level 10 for his new map. Okay, so there are definitely Smurfs here. No problem, though. So, the way I like to play Battlefield of Eternity is kind of a slow roll game. We almost clip the enemy Gazlo there, but he manages to get away with just a sliver of health. It's all good, though. I didn't use a whole lot of mana to do it. Let's see, can I get him? Yes, I can. We get our first kill on Mr. Gazlo, who just comes out too far. Unfortunately, they managed to take out our Artanis in bottom lane. Artanis, a character I believe they should rename to Soup Kitchen, because most people who play them do nothing but feed. Anyway, we're going to get in here. The enemy Valla is also here, but I'm putting on a lot more poke pressure than she is, so we're going to be winning this lane pretty handily, I think. It looks like the enemy Stitches is up here, too. Throws out an Aaron hook, doesn't manage to catch me. It's all good. He's going to continue to poke at him, continue to poke at Miss Valla over there. She hits me with a Hungering Arrow, but no big deal. Gonna wait until my multi-shot's back up. Okay, they can see that they're taking a lot of pressure on this lane right now between me and Asmodan, so it looks like they're trying to stack this and just kind of stem the tide, which is perfectly alright with me. Immortals are coming up in 10 seconds. I'm just gonna kind of play that easy and let the rest of my team lead. Since I'm probably going to be one of the more experienced people on the team, it makes more sense to let them kind of make the priority decisions, and then I'll just follow up and defend them. Since I've got the enemy immortal in this spot right here, I'm just going to start poking at it for free, basically. And actually, Stitches kind of saves my life there by hooking me out of the circle. We managed to take out the Stitches, putting us in a great position to just start burning down this immortal as quickly as possible. It looks like the enemy team is really unfocused right now. They're not really burning, nor are they really substantially defending, but now we are going to have our immortals switch positions. Let's see if we get an easy side or hard side. Okay, we get an easy side, which is great. It looks like people are getting distracted, kind of chasing kills up there, but that's fine, because as an auto-attacker, I can burn down this immortal with Artanis pretty quickly, while the rest of IT... Oh! Talking too much, getting distracted, not staying out of the stuns. Because I'm just great at this game. Okay, level 4, I'm going to take Puncturing Arrow just to put out more Q damage. Now that we've got the immortal down, handily taken with about half shield, I'm going to just hearth back and restore all my health and mana. So far, easy game, no problems. It looks like the whole team is going to roll up there, so typically I like to have one person in the cross lane, or if you want to get advanced, you allow the immortal to push one lane and the entire team hard pushes the other. But in this case, I think it makes more sense just to stick with the team, because I don't really know what kind of plans they have or anything, so I'm just going to start dumping my cooldowns down on that Valla. Tychus tries to sneak up behind me, but he's not really a big problem. We do manage to take out the enemy Stitches, and looks like the enemy Diablo will follow suit. Tychus coming in way too close. He's going to get taken down right now, and this is just looking like a bloodbath at the moment. We're in a very dominant position. We're probably going to take this fort no problem. I'm going to start just dumping cooldowns onto the enemy Valla, see what I can get done there. Got that tower poking at me, which I really don't like. And we managed to take the first fort of the game at the sub 4 minute mark, so gotta say, I think we're doing pretty well right now. Okay. Oh no, Mr. Gazlo, what are you doing? Okay, take him out. And level 7, I am going to take Repeating Arrow, just so I can Q more. But right now I am out of mana, so I'm just going to head back to base, and it looks like everyone else is on the same page as far as disengaging. It's very nice. Except for our Rainer, who's deciding to poke, and very well may get himself killed for his trouble up there. But, yep. That happened. No big deal. It's 7-2 right now. We're in an extremely dominant position. I'm going to head back to top lane and try to encourage our team. Artanis. Nope, he's not going for the siege camp. I'm going to ping the siege camp, see if I can get people to jump on that with me. But it looks like we are taking a little bit of pressure in this top lane, so maybe I'm going to hang back. Right now, I don't want to get caught out. Okay, he gets me with the overpower, but that's not a big deal because I'm still close enough to the gate. And what else can I get done? Well, I'm just going to keep poking around. I see Mr. Tychus is hiding in the bush. They're really trying to pick up some kills to deal with this experience disadvantage they're facing right now. I have no clue what our Asmodan's trying to do, but he's so inherently tanky he manages to get away. Just going to throw down some auto attacks on Mr. Gazlo. Probably not going to kill him, but... Oh, but Mr. Friendly Neighborhood Rainer will manage to. And can I get Valla? Yeah, it looks like I can. Alrighty. Not a whole lot to comment on this one. We're just kind of dominating pretty easily, but I'm actually killing so fast that I'm running out of mana again. So I'm going to back right before the next Immortal phase, and we're going to pressure in the center of the map when that pops. Valla hanging out on her fancy brown horse because I don't actually have any mounts. It's funny looking at that guy talking about doing the pug accounts just to try and get that StarCraft vulture. I'm sorry, that's just too much work for me. Alrighty, so we're going to concentrate on burning the Immortal. Enemy team seems really scattered, not sure what their Stitches is doing, just kind of sitting around bot lane trading with our Butcher, because Butcher's going to win that trade every single time. But I'm just going to sit here, I'm going to poke around, we've got our Diablo trying to move in on Mr. Asmodean real quick, but we can burn him pretty easily. Just going to refresh and see what I can get done. We're going to take out the Tychus, who decided to hearth back in a terrible position, and I'm going to go back to burning down this Immortal after that double kill. Immortals are swapping location. I'm going to take Strafe, just because the enemy team isn't really bunching up a whole lot, and it looks like we have the hard position Immortal this time, which is perfectly fine. We're in a very dominant position. We are currently a level and a half up on the enemy team, which means there's not a whole lot they can do. Can I take out this Valla? Yes, I definitely can. Using Strafe, it's probably not, the best usage of the ultimate, but hey, it was pretty fun, so I'll take it. Take out the enemy Gazlo. It's looking like our Asmodean might be eating it. Yes, he is, but again, not really a tremendous problem. So, now that we've got one of our guys down and other people pulling back, I'm just going to take out the Immortal real quick and back for mana. Oh, after helping our friendly neighborhood Artanis take out Diablo, and nah, that Tychus will get away. I'm not going to chase that. In fact, I'm going to indicate to our Rainer that he shouldn't either, because who knows who is behind that center gate. Looks like, yep, Immortal is going to be pushing bot lane this time because it's the better defended one in terms of structure, so I'm going to head down, meet up with the team, and just play this out pretty much as normal. Not a whole lot to comment on strategically. The enemy team in this case is pretty unfocused. Our Butcher pulling the lamb to the slaughter on the enemy Stitches, but will he manage to get him? Ooh, Stitches just barely tanking up. Oh, no, something manages to get him. I think that might have been our Asmodean. Just going to make sure to stay out of Gazlo's little exploders. Oh, here we go. Oh, well, enemy Diablo makes a good move, interrupts my strafe. I didn't really anticipate it. I think I was just kind of underestimating his game knowledge right there. And let's see, do we manage to take out the Tychus? No, we don't, but we will... Oh, hey there. Quit it, Diablo. I took a little bit of damage in that, but we're going to be able to take out this Gazlo as well, and probably that Stitches if he doesn't watch himself. He's trying to hook me. I don't know if you really want to hook a Valla when you're that far behind, though. I want to say something. When playing as Stitches, be aware of your position in the game when you're hooking people. I'm going to take Giant Killer just for the hell of it, really. Because there's a lot of times I see Stitches players hook people when the Stitches player themselves is at extremely low health, which is a really bad idea for obvious reasons. If you're hooking like a squishy assassin towards you, little wombo combo attempt right there, but still not too big a deal. I am going to be able to get out of there safely, head to the vent to Earth. Anyway, as I was saying, Stitches players too often attempt to hook in assassin targets, especially when they themselves are at low health. And what happens when you are dragging an enemy player who may or may not be full on health and mana across the map to you when you're low? Well, you're going to explode instantly. Okay, enemy team is deathballing down here. I'm going to head up and just kind of push him off with some AoE real quick. Okay, get the combo from Diablo there. Still not that big a deal. Oh, okay, I was about to say, I wasn't sure what ultimate Stitches took because I never actually saw him use anything, not even in that last big engagement. So we're going to take out the Stitches, we already took out the Diablo, and who else did we take out? Oh, I am slowed, so unfortunately I can't pick up those remaining kills, but I am going to throw out my strafe on Mr. Gazlo just to be an asshole. And we're going to blow our cooldowns, and we're going to take him out. There we go. Because I haven't gotten enough kills this game. Currently hovering at 21 takedowns based on the score screen there. Immortals are spawning in 15 seconds, so there's no reason not to position around it. I mean, we could push into that keep, but we're going to end up breaking away as soon as... Oh, did that Stitches take Helping Hand and just pull the Tychus away? Okay, so we're piling up in the center. As I was saying, we could have pushed into that keep, but ultimately it's not going to do anything because we're going to disengage when the Immortals pop anyway, so better to just get a nice position. Let's get an auto attack here. I could burn it faster if I was burning my cooldowns, but I want to keep that when the enemy team attempts to engage up here. If they, in fact, are going to attempt to engage, because right now, they are nowhere to be found. They can't really compete 2 levels and a full talent tier down. Oh, no, here they are. So, oh, and gonna throw out my strafe. The friendly butcher is going to pass away, unfortunately, but we can manage that because I'm about to take out the stitches. Alright, gonna throw out a hungering arrow on the on the enemy immortal to heal myself as well as to help burn it. So that was a 2-for-2 trade. Not ideal, but not really a big deal. I don't think our Asmodan entirely knows how his black pool works because I see him throwing it out but not actually standing in it, so maybe he's a first-time player. It was an auto-select Asmodan after all. I'm only at half and half in terms of health and mana, but I'm still just going to bail back. We're still waiting another 10 seconds for Artanis to come back up anyway, but it looks like we are going to push with the Immortal this time. 12 minutes in, we've got both forts down. We're probably going to take a keep with this Immortal because it's at half shields, and the scaling is really starting to kick in now. So, let's see what we can do. I am out in front, which is not exactly ideal. Gonna throw some cool... Mr. Stitches just deciding to hang out for the party there and get ejected immediately. Enemy Valla gets stunned by the Immortal, so I'm just gonna pop in... Oh, damn, he... definitely bad timing on my part with that strafe. Just got immediately interrupted by Diablo. Not really a tremendous deal. I'm going to take Executioner again because kind of why not? You know, I'm just taking auto attack talents at this point. I'm not really concentrating on my build because, I mean, I feel like the results of this game are kind of a foregone conclusion. Take a little bit of damage from Mr. Tychus over there. And let's see, can we win here? We probably can, but it's also probably not the safest move. But it looks like the friendly team might be trying to go for it. Asmodan will survive that attack from the enemy stitches, but again, I'm going to ping for us to retreat because we're not consciously pushing in to the enemy core, and if you're not consciously doing something, you should probably just leave, reposition, and wait for another opportunity. Let's see if Artanis is able to actually escape here. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to. That Valla will probably multi-shot him. Nope, Valla breaks off. They decide to go for the Rainer instead. It's kind of a strange choice, but they are going to manage to kill him. No big deal. I am moving up here. I'm going to ping Asmodan to help me out with the siege camp up here. It's looking like our butcher was also killed, trying to get the dangerous bruiser camp over on the east side of the map, but no matter. Well, we're going to pick up the siege camp just for want of anything better to do, and reposition. 30 seconds to Immortals, which is fine because the whole team is going to be up when they pop. Oh, Artanis getting real ballsy right there. But managing to put on some pretty intense damage. But this is just kind of an ugly scene right now. I'm going to take out that Stitches and in the process heal a little bit. Just trying to make that trade a little bit better for us. I'm going to see if I can scare off the enemy Valla. Okay, she manages to disengage from our friendly Asmodan, which is okay. So they've got 2 down for 30 seconds. We got 1 down for 30 seconds. That is plenty of time to at least begin the burn on this enemy Immortal. Ping everyone just in case they're not really paying attention to what's going on. Oh, come on. I wasn't even in the circle that time. So me and the Butcher are working on this Immortal. It looks like the enemy team is still distracted top lane. Not really sure what they're trying to accomplish, but they're even with us on talents now. So fighting is a little bit more precarious. We can't just go balls to the wall every time like we have been doing for most of this game. Rainer has finished picking up the bottom siege camp for reasons that I don't really understand. We're going to have a neutral Immortal spawn for the second phase, so let's just see where he ends up landing. It is going top. Alright, oop. A friendly neighborhood Stitches right here, who we're going to take out pretty immediately. We also have a Valla, but I'm not sure if she is actually trapped there or not. I could have gotten her with a strafe, but I got a little bit nervous. Gonna shoot out my hungering arrow to get some healing off the Tychus. Ooh! Very dangerous. I get away with only 70 health in that exchange. And with that in mind, though I could help with that Gazlo, like a couple auto attacks from him will end up taking me out. So better safe than sorry. I want to make this a flawless victory where I don't end up dying at all. So, looks like the burn is still slowly continuing on the Immortal. We broke away to engage the enemy team a little bit, but kind of at this phase of the game, if we were managing to get their their death timer's synced up, we could probably just set up a final push, but they've been kind of, like, dripping into our engagements every time, so it's a little bit scattered. It means by the time the Immortal actually starts advancing on the keep, not the lane towards the core, like I was going to for some reason. Mr. Stitches is up here for some reason, not sure why. He just keeps kind of chucking himself at us. I mean, it hasn't worked out through the whole game, but he's going to keep giving it a try. Okay, I'm coming down here now. Friendly Artanis ends up getting killed, but I'm going to take out this Valla real quick, and we're going to follow suit with the Diablo, who does have a full death timer, so that's all good for us. We're going to push in, take this keep, and see if we can just core him here, because I'm just getting a little bit tired. We probably could have done it before if we were a little bit more focused, but again, I just decided to go the safe route. It looks like we have Lamb to the Slaughter on Mr. Gazlo. We're going to take him out. Captain Etchy. I'm going to take Nexus Frenzy at 20, because why not? Butcher just detonates the enemy Tychus, and this is invariably going to be game, so I'm just going to throw out my strafe to burn down that shield a little bit faster. Yep. Not a real challenging game there, but hey, it's the first one against what are undoubtedly a bunch of new players, so I imagine matchmaking is going to ameliorate that deficiency pretty quickly. And we'll take a look at the stats. Come on. There we are. So stats, I got number 1 hero damage with 50,000, followed by Mr. Raynor. Not sure what build he was going. He was going a survivability build rather than an auto attack, which is kind of interesting. Enemy team, highest damage was the enemy Valla also, but obviously the enemy team's big fatal flaw was their Stitches, who provided 12 deaths to us, just feeding us relentlessly, resulting in a final takedown count of 40-10, which is kind of a landslide victory by anyone's notion. I slipped a little bit on XP contribution just because I was doing a lot of hunting in the late game there. Asmodean was picking up the slack with his metagame, though, so that was all good. Anyway, not a lot to say about this game. There was more than one Smurf on my team. We know that someone was mentioning doing just new accounts for their Vulture mount, and I'm guessing the enemy team just wasn't very experienced and just kind of got smashed there. So, with that in mind, things are going to get real hard real fast when the matchmaking algorithm begins to correct itself. But that is for another day. Until then, I'm Noah. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoy this, feel free to like the video, comment, or subscribe to this channel or Negligent Adventures if you want to see some more content featuring me. But until next time, kids, I'll see you in the Nexus. Have a good one.